Hello, this is New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com. Today is the 17th of August 2020, and in this brief video I'd like to revisit a post that I put on the website back on the 8th of December 2019, reviewing a quite remarkable progressive rock stroke progressive metal concept album by Magoria entitled JTR1888. Before I go on, if I could ask you a quick favour, if you wouldn't mind, and that is to please subscribe to the channel. That'd help out a lot. If you'd like to do that, I'd thank you. But back to the album, Magoria, a Dutch outfit, and I have to admit that whilst New Wave of British Heavy Metal has been my musical mainstream for the past 40 odd years or so, I also have a big fondness for progressive rock like this as well. And this Magoria album, it's one of the finest progressive rock albums I've heard in my entire almost 60 years on this planet. Not only that, I'm a stone cold sucker for a double concept album, and this is one as well. And it really is fantastic stuff. So well done, so well performed, so well put together, so well produced. It's all based around the Jack the Ripper. You must have heard of Jack the Ripper. The Victorian London mass murderer, and all sorts of theories if he really existed or not, if there was any royal family connection or not. It's really interesting stuff, and that's what the album explores. The whole Jack the Ripper story, which of course even today Jack's identity is unproven and unknown. But anyway, back to the album. Magoria, as I mentioned a few seconds ago, are from Holland, and they've put together a really superb ensemble cast of musicians, singers and everything else. Now, another Dutch mastermind in progressive metal, Arjen Lucassen and his Arion projects are of a similar style to this. And whereas Arion usually sets the standard for me for expansive, overblown progressive rock, let me tell you, Magoria pushes Lucassen very close indeed, and may have out Arjen in this one. It's fantastic, and there's no denying that the Arion influences are here. But Magoria have a style all of their own, and generally speaking, I'd say it's overall consistently harder edged, and given the subject matter as a darker feel to it as well than most Arion stuff. And the storyline is told throughout in a way which takes you, the listener, back to the 19th century London, and it paints a picture in your mind's eye. Well, it did in me anyway. It paints a picture in your mind's eye when you're listening to it, how London must have looked back then. It's so atmospheric and descriptive, and you can feel the closeness and the edginess of it, as indeed the whole city must have felt when Jack the Ripper was on the loose out there. It's atmospheric, certainly one word for it. Immersive is another, and overall it's so skillfully done. Musically, we've got the whole range here. It goes from your gentle pastoral prog to full-on heavy metal and everything in between. It's progressive, it's symphonic. You've got ripping, shredding guitars, soaring sympathetic vocals. The whole kitchen sink, and then a few kitchen units and cupboards and utensils, and everything's been chucked at this in addition to the kitchen sink. Fantastic. The storyline, how it's described, the lyrics, the whole package. It's so cleverly done, and the production is crystal clear, masterful. Double CD that clocks in at around about 90 minutes. And that might seem like a big ask for anyone's attention span, but don't worry about that. Sit down, forget about anything else that's going on. Turn the telly off, turn your phone off, turn everything off. Just put the album on and lose yourself in it. It's that good. The 90 minutes or so flies by. Give yourself an hour and a half to listen to it with no interruptions. Don't use the skip button or the random order button or anything like that. Listen to it in sequence. Immerse yourself back in it into Victorian London, and just allow it, the whole thing, to run over you. It's fantastic. I can't listen to it enough. It's that good. You know, progressive metal doesn't come this good very often, but when it does, it deserves your attention, and Magoria is just like that. It's outstanding. If you'd like to check out the blog post and read that, the link is in the description below, as is a link to the album on Amazon if you'd like to check it out there. All that's in the description below. I'll stop rambling on now because you've probably heard me trying to do this justice and probably failing, but I'll clear off, leave you to it. Do check it out, and before you go, please do subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. And as always, I thank you for listening, and please take care.